an outstanding job of attacking offensively Duncan.
San Antonio in the second. And a miss right there by Duncan. In this fourth quarter, San Antonio, with a great jam by Desmond Mason, 4 of 17. And that really has been the difference. 4 of 17. That was a pretty good-looking dunk.
How can a guy do a dunk like that after playing the whole game? Running around.
So without David Robinson, the San Antonio Spurs will fall. And that is a pretty big void. You may recall last year in the playoffs, Derek Anderson, Danny, was absent because he was injured from the Spurs. That hurt San Antonio. How long will this injury to Robinson persist and Greg Popovich be forced to try to fill in his gap?
Well, maybe people will first of all start appreciating David Robinson a little bit more, but David Robinson is needed in this series and against every series. And Greg Popovich told us that this morning. And they are not the same team without him in the game.
Well, particularly when Duncan is being attacked the way. You have to give a lot of credit to James and Baker in terms of going after him. But I bet you they'll find a cure for David Robinson real fast right now.
And the longest winning streak in the NBA right now has come to a close. 10 consecutive wins for San Antonio falls by the wayside. And one of the worst records of any playoff team recently, the San Antonio Spurs took on a Seattle team that had lost 7 of 9. But they win tonight, and let's send it over to Todd Harris.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Gary, tremendous performance by you, 21 points. But more importantly, you got a lot of guys involved. Jerome James, Kevin Livingston.
Well, we had to do that. I mean, we played a horrible third quarter in the first game. We came out and said if we stay steady and do the things that we have to and get everybody involved, we'll be okay, and that's what we did.
Getting guys like Randy Livingston involved, and those guys took a lot of pressure off you, but you really stepped up in that second quarter. When they made the run, did you guys panic at all?
No, we did not. We just said we just need to do what we had to do. Don't panic. We'll get back in the game if we execute and play a good defense, and that's what we did, and we got back in the game, and we was right there.
Congratulations. We'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you.
So the Sonics close out the game on a 13-6 run. The San Antonio Spurs were stymied by Payton and the Seattle defense. San Antonio held for the final 5 minutes and 24 seconds without a field goal. They missed their final 8 shots from the field. So the second biggest upset so far in these young playoffs finds the 7-seed Seattle beating 2-seed San Antonio in the West. A big game for Tim Duncan with 32, but he certainly missed the Admiral David Robinson tonight. 21 for Peyton, 19 for Rashard Lewis, and a big defensive effort by the Seattle Supersonics. Our producer, Mike Burks, our director, Lonnie Dale, and special thanks to Dennis Stone and Kalen Wright. And now for John Thompson, Danny Ainge, and Todd Harris, Kevin Harlan saying so long. Take a break, then send you to Atlanta.
And, I'll take one of those things.
The Parisian mocha flake?
Yeah.
And what did you do this weekend?
I called this girl, but the line was busy.
Gary? Matt?
I went to Wendy's for lunch. Well, I see the hamburgers on TV and they look good. I ordered a classic double with cheese. Call me crazy, but I think they made it just for me. Hot, juicy, it tasted great. And when I finished, I felt good. And I liked that feeling.
Bravo!
Sure. Wendy's Classic Double with cheese. And now Wendy's pickup window is open late so you can eat great even late.
I told him to be realistic.
I told him to apply himself.
Man, I told him you're working too hard. I told him to take economics. You know, something practical.
I told him to get his head out of the clouds.
That's what I told him.
Did he listen to me? No.
In one ear and out the other.
Who you gonna listen to? How about yourself? Obey your thirst. Sprite.
He had a real knack for science. He could have been an oceanographer.
Come on!
The NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by the AT&T Ultimate Fan Zone on NBA.com. You can get NBA gear just by talking on the phone. By America's Dairy Farmers and Milk Processors. Got milk? By Wendy's 99-cent crispy chicken nuggets. It's better here. And by Sprite. Obey your thirst.
I need my team to play.
We just have to play hard.
We want to really get it up and down the floor.
We just got to go out and play.
We have to do everything at 110%.
Push the tempo, push the tempo.
Doesn't matter who's hurt, regardless as to who's in the game or who's out the game. We are what we are. We have to continue to play the game, and we go play.
We are taking you inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai, as the chase for the Larry O'Brien Trophy continues. It's night 3 of the NBA playoffs. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Peter Vesey. Studying over there, man.
Yes.
Don't let us disturb you. And Irvin Magic Johnson again, his 3rd night here in the studio. And I don't know where to start first because everybody was so accurate. I'll start with you, Magic. You said you got to start Vin Baker if you're Nate McMillan. You got to let Tim Duncan get his 40. He got 32. Don't let anybody else beat you. Presto, 98-90 Sonics.
Well, give Nate McMillan all the credit because he pulled all the stops out. He made all the right moves. The team came out ready. But, you know, a couple things. He got 19 points from the bench. Normally, they don't get that type of production. Then if you look at the rebounding, they out-rebounded San Antonio by 14. And then this really jumps out at me. From the second quarter on, in the second quarter, 18 points. In the third quarter, 17 points by San Antonio. And in the fourth quarter, they only got 19 points. That is amazing. Good defense by Seattle, and then they scored after they played good defense.
And you talked at length at halftime about Gary Payton and his
the
impact.
glove.
Yes, sir.
The glove showed up. You know what? We talked about this about Kevin Garnett, about the star making the play. Not always taking the shot, but make the play. And if the play is taking the shot, fine, so be it. If the play is making the pass, fine, so be it. Because a star has to have the mentality of, if I miss, we lose. But if you miss, you lost, because everyone's going to point the finger at you. But Gary put the game in his hands, and that was the biggest thing. And in one of the biggest possessions, he kept the ball in his hands, Magic, for 22 seconds out of the 24-second clock. He brought it back out. He's like, wait, directed everyone, get in the position. This is what I want. I want to pick and roll because I want to make the play. I get in here. I can't make the play. I don't have the shot. Wait, give it back to me. I'm going to take the shot or make the play for us to win. 22 seconds out of 24. For the biggest player of the game, Gary Payton, hands down, superstar.
You sure he isn't a New York City backcourt man? You know how
I only talk good about them like that. Huh?
No. You know how they're taught how you give up your girlfriend and your jewelry before you give up your dribble?
That's one of your best lines of all time, I must admit.
Yeah, I hate to tell you whose line that is, but he worked at the Gold Club. That's the truth.
But you know what, Peter? That's what I was trying to say to Kevin Garnett. Gary said, if we lose, I can deal with that by me shooting and taking over the game. Kevin, you have got to get out there, take the game over, and if you lose the summertime, you can feel good about yourself because you tried to dominate the game. I couldn't feel good if somebody else was trying to dominate the game.
You know what? He does not know how to get good shots. I mean, you mentioned he only took 18 shots in the last game, right? 6 for 18. He doesn't take good shots. So now you're asking a guy who doesn't know how to get good shots. He's taking long shots. He doesn't go inside.
Well,
right?
if you take 30, you're going to start moving inside.
But he doesn't go
outside.
inside, Ken. He goes to the line like 6 times a game. He's not enough. You know, I think he's touted as a superstar, as one of the best players in the league. I think he's overrated. Until he shows that he can do what you want him to do when you want him to do it, he will be overrated in my book anyway.
That's a big statement.
Okay.
For what it's worth. Go ahead.
No, I'm going to go with that point. Go ahead.
For what it's worth, Flip Saunders reports on Minnesota today, Flip Saunders saying he heard what you said about Kevin Garnett.
Well,
he said, no one can probably say it better than Magic Johnson said it. And he says, now it's your time, and you've got to be a little more selfish. Would he be his message to Kevin Garnett?
I love Kevin Garnett.
I think smart.
I love the way he plays. I love his smile, what he means to the league. Now, big fella, it's time for you to get it on. It's time to be, as you said, a superstar.
That's right. Let's find out.
And you know what I'm saying, Pete?
Make everybody better.
But what we said by that before we go, we said make the play.
Yes.
Not always make the shot, but make the play.
Right now, we got a split, guys, because Nate McMillan is at the podium. I want to hear what he has to say about their victory here in Game 2.
Tonight, we wanted movement. We got movement in our offense. And I think through that movement, we were able to, catch them zoning, and we was able to sneak behind them and attack the offensive glass.
Too many guys played well today. Just talk about how Randy Livingston is contributing to you guys today.
Well, basically, Randy was put on the playoff roster for the purpose of tonight. Having some experience at that backup guard. We knew that the pressure with our young guys could take its toll. And tonight, Brent didn't have a good game, but Randy was able to step in and just run the offense for us. He played solid defense. He came up with a huge offensive rebound in the second half and just played like a smart veteran. He did a solid job, I think, the first quarter when he came in, and he played the whole second half.
The fourth quarter was like...
Nate McMillan, Seattle Supersonics go home for Game 3 Saturday, tied up 1 apiece now with the San Antonio Spurs. Everything went according to plan on the first weekend, but tonight the Seattle Supersonics break through there at the bottom of your bracket, tied up at a game apiece. Just ahead on inside, pretty early for a top seed to face a must-win game, but that's where the Nets found themselves tonight against the Pacers.
Inside the NBA on TNT is brought to you by Hyundai, where the freedom of America's best warranty is standard equipment.
It's just the same old thing. I need adventure, excitement. I'm suffocating.
Okay. You can drive.
Spice things up. The Hyundai Santa Fe. V6 power, full-time four-wheel drive, and the freedom of America's best warranty plan. The Santa Fe.
Don't even think about it.
Now is the best time to join America Online.
If I knew it was this easy, I would have started a long time ago.
Call today and new members get our best offer ever and features you'll only find on AOL. No credit card needed to get started.
You've got mail.
Email makes staying in touch effortless.
I instant message everybody. It's the fastest way to communicate.
Parental controls help keep kids safe.
Call 1-877-265-0200 now. And new members get 1,000 hours free for 45 days. America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1.
The Shark Wall, off the western coast of Nassau. No matter where it is you want to go, there's a wave runner that will help you get there. Like the world's first four-stroke, the FX-140, the most revolutionary technical advancement in personal watercraft.
TNT's hit original drama returns every Monday night.
She's got battle skills that are supernatural.
This summer, New York's toughest cop is back. See TNT's hit original drama, Switchblade. All new episodes, all new beginning, coming this June to TNT.
Inside is presented, as always, by
Hyundai.
Wow, special effects.
Yeah, I'm getting
courtesy
it
of the Jet.
They're giving away a car for
Indiana and New Jersey. Jason
tank
Kidd,
of gas with it too.
8 triple-doubles in the regular season. He flirted with one tonight. It's Keith Van Horn, and Van Horn cans the jumper. Early 7-point lead, but only up 1 or down 1 after 1. 15-4 run by the Nets in the second quarter. Kidd hitting the twine. They're up 11 at the break.
He played like the MVP today in Jason Kidd.
I think the refs think he won the MVP the way they treated him tonight.
Oh. He took advantage of the rookie. Come on, Pete. He took advantage of the rookie.
That's right. No respect. Jamal got no respect from Kidd or the refs.
Isaiah watching a troublesome night developed. But look at Reggie Miller trying to keep him in, and he had 26 points at 9 out of 12, hit 3 threes.
I feel like I'm sitting in front row, all these low-angle shots.
You're right there, aren't you? Aaron Williams, a 15-point contribution off the bench.
I feel like I'm Spike Lee. How much do we pay for these seats?
Kenyon Martin on the feed from Kidd. He had 19 points, 16 rebounds. Kenyon Martin averaging 17 points and 15 rebounds in the series now as the Nets tie things up, salvaging a split at home, 95-79. It was not just the Jason Kidd show for Jersey.
We realized that Jason played a very solid game in the first game, and we didn't get great contributions, from the rest of the team. So I think everyone came in with that mindset, knowing that Jason is going to play a solid game, and we need to be right there with him if we want to win this game.
Our team really starts and ends with him, and he brings it every night, and we just have to do the same. We have to follow his lead. I think we did that tonight.
And when Jason gets the ball, he's good at making opportunities for everybody on this team, and when he had the ball tonight, he made plays for us, and we were able to make finishing plays.
Well, I think he pretty much did the same thing he did in Game 1. He was still penetrating and getting into the lane, scissoring. But that stretch run he had with 5 or 6 minutes left in the second quarter, I believe, when he was scoring as well as dishing off, that was big for them because that gave them a lot of life.
Not kidding. Jason Kidd, 26 points in game 120 tonight. Did it with 13 shots as compared to 23 the first time around. And just an assist shy of a triple-double for Kidd as they get set for Game 3 Friday on TNT at Conseco Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. And so the brackets look like this. The number 8 Pacers and the Nets now 1 apiece. And that is the only change because that's the only Eastern Conference game played tonight. I must make a correction, as the Jet points out to me. I only gave Kenyon Martin 10 more rebounds than he actually had tonight. 6 rebounds instead of 16. So thanks a lot for pointing that out. I know. I just want to folks at home to appreciate that.
Great defense on O'Neal.
Yes.
Coach walked into the locker room and asked him if he wanted to play O'Neal tonight, and he said absolutely. And he said he kept him off his sweet spot. Didn't want to let him set up on that right block, and every time he got the ball, he contested it. But O'Neal's answer to that is he only got 12 points, only 11 shots, that he settled for the jump shot, and next time he's going to take advantage of that size differential.
Well, all you have to look at is how many field goals Jason Kidd took. 10 less field goals in game number 2. That means he gave away 10 more assists or 10 more shots to other people. They got more touches. More guys got involved in the game. You had, 4 more guys in double figures in the second game than they had in the first game. And they got into their game. Off the good defense, they got into the running game. And Jason's at his best, and the New Jersey Nets are at their best when they're running up and down the basketball court.
Well, they were efficient. And, Ernie, they did a great job. You talk about Jason Kidd. He gets 20 points on 13 shots. When Jason Kidd is effective, he can take a lot of shots, but he has to be efficient with those shots that he gets. He's not the kind of guy who, when he takes a lot of shots, he still gets other people involved, and everyone, like an Allen Iverson, could take a lot of shots and don't take as much away from the team. But when he does, because he does so many other things for you, it takes away from the team when he's not efficient when he's taking those shots.
That was game 1 of our doubleheader, 95-79 New Jersey. Meantime, game 2 goes to Seattle, 98-90 over Greg Popovich's San Antonio Spurs, and this is live after the game.
The board, and that was the ball game as far as I was concerned. They really hit the board hard. Every time that we make a good stop, it seemed like they were sticking it back in, and they got 22 points off of those 19 offensive boards, and that was just too much to give up in a game like this. So they deserve credit for pounding that board all night long, and we just didn't recover from that. And down the stretch, we missed some free throws that would have kept us in the game. So a combination of the boards and missing free throws down the stretch hurt us. They took advantage of it.
Any difference in the way they played tonight against Tim Duncan as opposed to game 1?
They might have been a little bit more physical, but they doubled him in game 1 also, from a lot of different situations, a lot of different places. So it was more the board than anything tonight that was the difference for us.
Including game 1 of this series, the Spurs had won 14 in a row at home. That streak is snapped tonight by the Sonics, 98-90. When we come back, we'll look ahead to game 2 in Charlotte between the Hornets and the Magic. and their two ailing leading scorers.
For an incredible bargain on a computer, just call 1-800-GATEWAY. Because right now, you can get a Gateway 300 SE desktop fully loaded with an Intel Celeron processor, 128 megabytes of memory, and a monitor, all for just $599. That's right, a Gateway computer with a monitor for just $599. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. So call 1-800-GATEWAY today. That's 1-800-GATEWAY.
It has a legendary reputation for reliability, durability, and quality. It's been named to Car and Driver's 10 Best list 16 times. It was the first gasoline-powered production automobile to be certified as a low-emission vehicle in the U.S. And the best part is, it's used. Proof that how you start out in life is a good indication of how far you'll go.
For a limited time, get special APR financing as low as 5.9% for up to 60 months on all Honda-certified used cars.
Paying bills has been difficult since my husband got hurt. Bill collectors called day and night. We thought of bankruptcy, but then a friend told us about Garden State.
Garden State is a non-profit agency that works with your creditors to make an affordable payment plan for all your bills.
After speaking with our counselor, we saved thousands of dollars in interest. Thank you, Garden State.
Get your bills together and call now for your free consultation. We can help you get out of debt. Call 1-800-99-BILLS.
If you're going bald, here's good news. Rogaine, Propecia, and the latest advances in hair transplantation can restore your hair. But what's right for you? Now there's a free video that helps you decide. Call toll-free 1-888-900-HAIR for your free video from Medical Hair Restoration, the nation's leading medical group in the treatment of hair loss. That's toll-free 1-888-900-HAIR. Get the video and your hair back.
Welcome back to Inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai. On these playoff nights, you never know where the Nestle Crunch Time play is going to come from. Sometimes it comes from right here when somebody's cell phone goes off at halftime.
Crunch time!
Oh. He took over offensively as well.
Well, one of the things I did see was the fact that not Jason.
I'm up here ringing.
That's what you ringing
over there?
It's only your third night. It's only a $20 fine.
And I thought I had cut it off. I owe a fine.
Should I be? Should you buying tonight?
I'm buying tonight.
Should I throw that against the wall?
Yes, like I did Fridays.
I'm not. Back to wrap it up on the AT&T halftime report in.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here. You, Magic, go get it. Go get it.
How predictable a gag was that?
Here we go. Here. It's gone now. It's gone. It's gone now. Crunch time.
Crunch time. Magic, we can almost promise that'll be the last that we do that.
No,
almost promise.
When Charles get here, it's going to be something else. I know already.
It may be resurrected at that point. By the way, tomorrow night we're back at you. And not that we're done tonight by any means, but we're back with you with another doubleheader. It's on TBS. Pre-game show starts at 7:30. Then we bring you the Magic and the Hornets from the Hive in Charlotte, followed by Karl Malone and the Jazz taking on the Sacramento Kings. Let's get a preview of that game, and let's get the latest on the key injuries in that Charlotte series.
Yeah, he's going to play. You know, he hated to miss the last game, but he had been feeling poorly for a while. But now he's okay, and he's going to come with it tomorrow night. A little weak right now. I would say he's probably 80% now, but should be 100% tomorrow.
Back is good. Feeling pretty good. You know, just keeping it warm. My days off, resting, and doing a lot of stretching. I'm playing. That's not even a question right there. I'm playing.
With some teams, there never seems to be enough balls to go around. But that's not a problem with the Sacramento Kings, known as the most unselfish team in the league. When this team is at the top of its game, passes are going everywhere, and from everyone. 7 different players have led the Kings in assists. This is the most exciting and flashiest style of basketball, perhaps in Showtime the Lakers. It comes as no surprise, however, because many of the players have ties to Magic Johnson.
Being a big guard, I always wanted to, you know, be Magic Johnson, have the showtime, have the whole thing. But what I loved about him most is his energy, his smile, the way he played the game with the fervor, and he just went out there and played 100%.
I couldn't believe how tall he was and playing the point. And I mean, yeah, he definitely had a big influence on my game.
I love, you know, pass the ball to guys who cut to the basket and just play basketball like 10, 15 years ago, Lakers did.
Lottie thinks he's Magic. You know, I try to be Magic. We might look tragic at times, but, you know, we all want to be good passers. And plus, if you know the history of the game, the better of a passer you are, if you can score, it really frees you up to score a lot.
Just give it a shucks.
Yeah.
How about that?
Hey man, I'm old school too. I like the old Magic with the goatee, the weapons. I'm old school, man. The new cleaned up version Magic I like, but I love the goatee Magic.
Yeah.
Nah, I like the goatee and everything.
You got to give them credit because they are the best passing team, and that's why they're so successful. Not only can they shoot very well, but they pass that basketball, and they.
Doug Christie thought he was you when he came up as a rookie, actually. But then he found out he was really Michael Cooper, and that's when he really blossomed.
Magic, what's Utah's biggest problem in this series with Sacramento?
Not enough talent. Not enough talent. Sacramento is so deep and so talented, and know that if they just play 80% of their game, not even 100, they're going to beat Utah, because Utah cannot change. They're what they are. They're a half-court team. John must play well. Karl Malone has to dominate if they have any chance of beating Sacramento. Sacramento can have 2 or 3 guys off and they can still win the game.
But maybe if they think like you're saying they think, maybe that's a defect. You know, if they think they only have to play 80% or they're going to take this team lightly.
I don't think they're going to take them lightly after the game one. I think that they're going to be prepared for them. They know that they could, after game one, they know that Utah can beat them at their pace, at Utah's pace. But if Sacramento plays their game, there's no way that Utah can beat them.
And that's funny how we talked about it earlier, that who would think that at this stage in their career with John Stockton and Karl Malone, that they don't have enough talent around them still. And they have to still carry the load and carry that leadership role and scoring load and offensive load.
You know what that is? That's the price of being so good for so long, because you don't get the draft picks. Mm-hmm. If you sink a little bit for a few years, you pick up a few draft picks, or even to the middle. But they've always been near the top for how many years now?
The Jazz, the old 57 Chevy taking on Sacramento in
Chevy.
game 2 of our double.
That's
what the Jet always refers to.
Sweet. That's right. Hey,
you know about a 57 Chevy.
My dad, man. My dad. He has three or four of them right now.
I got it.
Spurs and Sonics coming up.
Tomorrow,
This is Phoebe Halliwell.
Phoebe gets the news that will change everything.
Maybe you're pregnant. That is funny. What?
Get Charmed. Tomorrow night at 10 on TNT. We know drama.
Me and Joan. That's me. Always with a cigarette. I've tried quitting before, but it's hard to give up a friendship that's lasted this long. So this time, I'm quitting with Nicorette.
Taken on a regular schedule, Nicorette helps prevent cravings. And when a strong craving hits, you can always take an extra piece.
I certainly needed the extra piece that day.
You can do it. Nicorette can help.
I look good without a cigarette.
It was 1969. Peace, love, and music were in the air. And these guys?
Anyone seen my slide rule?
Were nowhere near it.
Give it a whirl.
They were busy developing what would become the internet. As the internet evolved, so have we. BBN became GTE Internetworking. And today, we're Genuity, providing e-business solutions from the people who started it all. Genuity.
Now this same feeling is available in a car.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Introducing the all-new Mazda Protege 5.
Yeah, zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Same feeling.
Zoom, zoom.
New form.
Hey, mom,
Experience NBA.com on America Online. See the best action shots and off-the-court photos every night at America Online. Keyword NBA.com.
Inside presented by Hyundai. Where tonight in Game 2 of our doubleheader, the Sonics winners over the Spurs, 98-90 to even up that series at a game apiece. And guess who's been nice enough to join us live here on Inside the NBA? None other than Gary Payton, who a year ago at this time, Gary, you were sitting where Magic Johnson is sitting tonight. And I get the impression you kind of like this a little better than hanging out here when the playoffs begin.
You know, Ernie, I like playing in the playoffs. You know, this is where the big time comes, and I like this. You know, I've been here. You know, this is my 10th season, been in the playoffs, and you know, I just like it like this. But I always like being next to y'all too.
Well, take your time on doing that, man, because playing is a lot more fun. San Antonio shoots 61% in the first quarter tonight. They're up by 14 on you. How did you rally so quickly to come back in this game?
Well, I told Nate to keep me in the game and let me, you know, dictate a lot of things. He played me a lot of minutes tonight, and I wanted everybody to understand that, you know, we're going to have to execute. And I don't think that we was executing in game one. We went in and executed. We kept our time. You know, we kept patience, and then we played defense. That's what I think we did. We played good defense. We didn't let Tim pick us apart this time, made him take shots that, you know, we wanted him to take and get rebounds, and then we was off to the races, and then we scored at the other end.
GP. You got Vin Baker rolling. How you gonna keep Vin rolling like he's rolling right now in the first 2 games?
Magic, you know I got to do that. I got to go over his house and feed him. You know what I'm saying? I can't let him cook all the time. So I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna keep him right. I'm gonna stay with him all week. Keep his all his confidence up, and he's doing a great job right now.
You know, Gary, if you look at game 1, I thought that you played hard, you played smart. But I didn't see that emotion. I didn't see like he took it personal, especially having a rookie point guard. It seemed like this game, it was a little more personal and a little more emotion with you.
Hey, Irv, you know, Kenny, Irv, you know, my daddy called me and he got into me about that.
I could see
Mr.
it.
Dean got into me. And then all of a sudden, you know, Nate, you know, he pulled me to the side and he said I didn't have that swagger to me. And, you know, I had to come back in game 2 and get that swagger back. And I thought today was more of a personal challenge for myself. And, I had to come out and do what I had to do.
Hey, Gary, when did you know that this team was going to be any good this season?
I knew we was going to be good probably in about the first month of the season when everybody was, you know, counting us out, talking about we was going to finish 11th and 12th in the conference. And all of a sudden, you know, this team started gelling together. The young guys started playing. They started being confident in themselves. And I got them all involved in the game and getting the ball. And they was making shots, and it was more confidence that way. I knew we were going to be a good team, and I knew we was going to win a lot of games. And I thought if we didn't beat ourselves, we could have won 50 games. We could have won 50 games easily, but, you know, we did beat ourselves for some time being the young team, but we made it to the playoffs, and that was our goal.
Gary, have you changed your approach and attitude this season?
Well, everybody think I did, but you know, right now we don't have controversy on our team, Peter. We don't have you talking on the TV talking about we doing this and doing that. And
I actually was complimentary to you tonight, but there's still time to take it back.
You know, that's you though. I gotta live with you. But no, we haven't had controversy on our team, and it's been really fun. And the young guys have been really, you know, great to work with, and I've been having a great time this year.
Okay, you're 1-1 now. You're going home. Teams tend to relax when they get home. So what are you going to do personally to make sure the guys don't relax?
Starting tomorrow, Irv, I think I'm just gonna go, and we're not gonna even take a day off. I don't think. I think we want everybody to come in, get some weights, get a little relaxation, and then have a meeting and tell people, look, we did what we wanted to do. We accomplished a split out here. Now we got to take care of home court advantage, and the first thing we have to do is take care of Saturday's game. Don't get complacent and think that, you know, just because we're home, they're going to come in here and lay down. This is a good basketball team, and they're going to come to play, and we're going to have to come to play.
Gary, before we let you go, what impact does it have on your preparation when you know David Robinson won't be playing?
Well, it's you know, it's kind of different. I mean, we was preparing for 2 big guys, and now we're only preparing for 1. Where we got to get Tim to suck him over, bait him into it, and kick it out and make shots. I think it's a lot easier for us because we don't have to worry about them twin towers, and we just got to worry about just 1 tower.
Gary Payton, as always just a pleasure talking to you. And nice game tonight. Safe travels back to Seattle for Game 3.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Cappuccino's on Magic.
We will be back to wrap things up on Inside the NBA, presented by Hyundai. Gary can get him anywhere he wants right there in just a moment.
And after that phone incident, you can have all of them you want.
He's dreaming again. Oh, let's see. Guys, you can't eavesdrop on people's dreams. It's research. Man, a Weston grill guard and step bars, a Delta toolbox, and American racing wheels. Oh, he's dreaming of Pep Boys. I'm glad we're in people's dreams. Uh-oh, I'm out of here. Me too. I told you guys. Pep Boys, we're car people.
In the old days, athlete's foot meant using Lotrimin AF or Tenactin for 4 whole weeks.
Who does that? Today, they're out. Because Lamisil AT changed everything. Lamisil AT kills the fungus with just 1 week's use.
Do you really have 4 weeks to use those other guys?
When your feet itch and burn, using Lamisil AT 1 week keeps you athlete's foot free for 3 months. Those old-timers, they don't promise that.
It's in a league all its own.
Lamisil AT, the best way to cure athlete's foot.
Anything in the mail?
Junk.
Hey, look at this.
What?
A credit card pre-approved. You know what that means?
We already have a credit card.
But it's pre-approved. What do you want? A trip to Bermuda?
The Caymans?
Yeah. Or a nice dinner out?
You know what I want? A house.
Using credit wisely is the first step toward owning a home. Call for the free guide on credit from the Fannie Mae Foundation and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
Frank Horrigan's job is to keep the president alive.
Dallas, what did happen to you that day?
But one enemy won't let him.
What do you see when you're in the dark and the demons come? I see you, Frank, standing over the grave of another dead president.
Don't miss Clint Eastwood, Rene Russo, and John Malkovich.
You better pray I don't find it.
In the Line of Fire. Sunday night at 8 on TNT. We know drama.
Inside the NBA on TNT is brought to you by the Fannie Mae Foundation, showing America a new way home.
Oh, my God.
I'm out of here. I like the Magic Hour,
That was the first time you was
Wasn't that followed by like Paul Abdul's show or somebody had a dance show? The Magic Hour.
Don't bring back all them old bad memories. That's like bringing up me coaching.
That's tomorrow night's show.
You co-host that with Dwayne Martin.
Man, look, man, don't bring up.
How come you didn't bring me on there? I would have liked to go on that show. Man, talk some stuff.
Yeah, you know what? That was the blessing of my life when I got fired. That's why I got all the Starbucks, the restaurants now, everything. Thank you for firing me.
You had the guts to do it.
And we both got the same color suits on. We'd be a mean twosome, dog.
Don't do that, Dave.
You're a great sport, man.
Come on.
We'll see you again tomorrow night.
You got it.
We think. And that's that for Inside the NBA presented by Hyundai. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Peter Vesey, for the Magic Hour.
Way to go, Magic.
Ernie Johnson. Good night. You are correct.
You guys are bad. They better be glad we